Now I will tell you what is MySQL. MySQL is a free open source relational database management system. In short form, you can call it a RDBMS, and it is used for organizing and retrieving the data into the database. MySQL is the most popular database management system, and you can use it in small or large applications. MySQL is very fast, reliable, and very easy to use. It is free to download and use. You can use MySQL on a number of platforms, for example, Linux, Mac operating system, Windows operating system, etc. When you will store data into MySQL database, then the data will be saved into tables, and each table has columns and rows. There is another important thing you must need to know, that is queries. A query is actually a request when you want to get information from an existing database table from the single table or multiple tables. Then you will have to write queries for that. Using any query, you can just retrieve the information from the database table. You can store data into the table, you can update data, you can delete data from table, etc. You can perform. A sample query that is given here, you see, that is select column name from table name. When I will go to show you with practical example, you will understand it more. There is another service, that is PSPMyAdmin. When I installed XAMPP or Laragon, then you saw that there were some packages installed. For example, Apache, PHP, PSPMyAdmin service we installed. So PSPMyAdmin is actually a open source and free administrative tool, and using this tool you can easily manage all the database in your system. It gives you a user-friendly interface for managing and organizing the tables, columns, database, the user permission, and many other things. You can work with it, and it is the most popular and is widely used by the developers, and also the database administrators use this when you are going to use a shared server, and in your server when you are going to create a database. So in order to manage that, you will have to use the PSPMyAdmin also. So I will show you how you can access to the PSPMyAdmin easily. When you will set up a local server, that means in my case my local server is this. You see, this is the Laragon, and you see two services are running here. One is Apache, it is running, that means it started, and there is another service, that is MySQL started. So when the MySQL will be active or started, then you can do one thing, that is you can go to your web browser and put here like this, that is http localhost PSPMyAdmin. That means in the local server I am going to call the PSPMyAdmin. So I am going to copy it, and if I go to paste it here, you will see that a interface will come in front of you like this. So this is the PSPMyAdmin interface. If you want to create a database using the PSPMyAdmin, here you see there is a option, here you will click and you will get a field to create database. So give here any name you want. For example, I am going to give my name, and then I can easily create it. If you want to select the Unicode, you can also here use the Unicode characters here. For example, here you see there is a Unicode CI, right? So here a lot of other things are given. So here, in order to use the Unicode, this one UTF-MB4 Unicode CI, you can select like this, and then I will go to click on the create button. you will see that a database has been created and its name is RFN. If you want to create tables into here, then just you will have to select anyone. For example, I am going to the outside. A database list is given in the left side, so you will first have to enter into any database. For example, RFN, I am going to click here, and that name you will see on the top. That means this one is selected. Now here you will get an option to create new table. So from here you can create tables. For example, I am going to give the table name is students, and how many columns will be into the students table where my data will be inserted. So you can give here any name. For example, I am going to give here total 3 names, then click on the create button. You will see that this errors actually you can skip. Now for your case it will probably not come. In my case it is coming for some reason, so this is not the problem at all. So just see that here I am again going to do that. I am going to create my table. So in the top you will see that here when you will create click on the create table button, here you will see total 4 fields because I added the 4 fields here. First field I am going to give the student ID, another one is student name, another one is student age, another one is student city. So if I give these 4 fields, you will see that there is a database field type name. That means what type of information will be entered into these cases. So ID means actually I will put integer here, but the name will not be integer, it will be varchar type. Varchar means actually a text type. You can give here a maximum range of varchar 255. That means this field will be allowed to take maximum 255 characters. The age is, for example, I am going to give varchar, and here it is, for example, 4 character. And age can be an integer also, or you can use the teeny int also. So if you can want, you can use the integer like this. If you do not give any value for any integer, then the number 11 will be automatically taken by it. The city is actually can be var character, or if you want you can use text. If you use text, it is not mandatory that you need to give length, it is not needed. But if you use the varchar, you must have to specify the length. For example, 30 characters is the maximum city name, so I give it here. Now here another important thing to discuss here is that the ID will be unique in this table. That means each student will have a unique ID. If there is no unique ID, then it is actually not possible to identify, because there can be 2 persons in the same name, and 2 students can have the same age and same city. So how you can identify, how you can differ between them? So in order to get rid of this situation, what you will have to do, you can just create an ID and make it a primary key. Here in the index you will see that there is a primary key. So I am going to select here primary key, click on go. Here there is a auto increment. Auto increment means if you go to insert information in this table, so the ID field will be automatically incremented. The first time when you will insert the information, it will be ID 1, second time automatically it will be ID 2, third time it will be ID 3. You do not need to input those. So that is actually the importance of auto increment. So now I am going to create the table. Go to the bottom and you will see that there is a save button. Click here. No database selected. It is actually no problem. Okay. So you see that a table has been created. If I select the database, you will see that now here is a list. This is one table that I have created now. In this way you can create multiple tables. You can create another table and create same way. Now in order to modify the data in the table, in order to change the column name, or in order to insert some information there, in order to delete or update the information, first you have to select it. So click here. You see that under the database the table is selected. Now what I will do here, this is the structure. I am going to the structure tab. The 4 columns I have created are given here: ID, name, ASCD. If I want that the age I want to change, for example, I am going to change it. This error is actually not a problem. Here just go to give integer. I can also give here a varchar, for example, a is equal to 2, varchar 2. So in this way you can change. I am just going to see you how it can be changed. So you see that the structure is changed. Okay, now I am going to select it again. So I am going to select the table. In the table you see that there is no information. If there is information, that will come here. This is actually the table. Now I am going to click on the insert button, insert tab. From here I can give the name. For example, the name is Smith. I give here, age is 12, city is New York. Now I click on the go button. This information will be inserted, and if I again go to table, you will see that one data is inserted here. I can insert multiple data in the same time. You see that insert as a new row. How many data? Here you can tell that I will input 4 data, 4 rows. Okay, so if you click outside here, you will see that total 4 items come here. So here I can give Peter 11 NY. Just I give something here. So lastly, in the bottom you see a go button. If you click on any go, you will see that the 4 rows inserted, it is showing that. So now I am going to browse the table. You see that first time I inserted 1, and then I inserted this 4 at a time. So all the data are going to be inserted. You can easily edit any information. For example, instead of it, you can click on edit, then give anything here, Smith Johnson. Then I am going to click on the go, and the data will be edited. If you click on the browse now, you see that the name has been changed. If you want to delete any row, you can easily click on any delete link. It will be, that row will be removed. If you want to delete everything from here, so click on the show all. Okay, and after selecting all, or here you will have to click on the check all. So check all means all are selected. Now you click on this delete button. So click on the delete. It is asking you if it will delete everything. If you click on yes, you will see that the table is empty again and there is no information. So in this way you can easily use PSPMyAdmin. If you want to change the table students, just select the table. Then you can go to the operations tab. Going to operations tab, you see that there is an option to rename the table. So instead of students, I can give it student. Then I am going to click on the go. The table name will be changed to student. You see that the table name is student now. So from students it come to student. If you want to copy this table, for example, I want to create another table that is student, but the row, column, everything will be same. That means structure will be same. So here you see an option that is copy table to. So in the left side you will have to select the database where you want to copy the information, and the student table is selected. Now I will give here the name of the new table, for example teacher. Now click on the go button. The table is created. If I click on the database, you will see that the table list, one is student, another one is teacher. The teacher exactly get the same where the student was here. So you see that it is working. So in this way you can do more things. For example, I want to change the database name, so I select the database first, and then what I can do, I can go to the operations tab, and here you see rename database to. For example, I want to give here Arifin123, then click on the go button, then click on OK. You will see that the database name has been changed. Now it is the new name. If you want to delete any table, just select one or more table, and then just go to the drop. Here you see that check all with selected. From here you can just go to click on here. There are a lot of information, you can work with it, so I am going to show you the only the basic. So here select the drop. It is asking if it will remove the two tables, student and teacher. If you click on yes, you will, if I now go here, you see that there is no tables found. So now I want to remove the database, this one. So in that case, go to operations, go to the bottom, and here you see an option that is drop the database. So click here. It is asking if it will destroy the complete database. Click on OK. You see that it is removed, and I do not have any database by the name Arifin123. So in this way you can easily work with the PHP MyAdmin.